Welcome to How to Money with Cole and Cole.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Cole.
We coach people every day on their money and how to plan for the future.
As financial advisors, we're here to have an honest conversation and educate you on how to money, intentionally and passionately, to hit your money goals. And we'll throw in some sports talk along the way.
Our mission and goal of this podcast is to improve your money journey and help you create the financial life you deserve.
So let's talk money.
And sports. Awesome. Well, welcome back to How to Money with Cole and Cole. My name is Cole Peterson, and sitting next to me here is Mr. Cole Jaeschke. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the history and values of Central Financial Group here in Fort Dodge. And we're going to talk a lot about Cole's new transition over from Edward Jones to Central Financial Group. What brought him here, what brought me here, and what we're going to do in the future going forward. So, Cole, I'm so excited that you came to Central Financial Group. I know it was hard for you to leave Edward Jones, but tell us a little bit about what was the number one thing that made you want to join Central Financial Group, other than me?
Well, hello, everyone. And yeah, I mean, that's first a great question. And, I'm not going to say I have one specific thing that was the lead driver, that was like, hey, this was the reason. But, first and foremost, I think when I was looking at the transition and looking, the opportunity to join Central Financial Group was it going to be a better fit for my clients? I mean, that had to be first and foremost for me. And when going through the process is, I came to the realization it was, and that was the number one priority for me. And, I wanted to make sure it was going to be a good fit for my clients. And secondly, for me and my future, and my family moving forward. And I really, when I was going through the process and meeting the team and I just got that energy, feel from the team, as well as, all the momentum of where they're heading and all the tools and stuff that they were going to be able to provide me as resources and provide my clients. Yeah.
And we always think of our careers and where they're going and things like that. But like Cole said, most of the time we're focused on our clients because they're not happy. We're not happy because they're leaving or something like that. And I fortunately haven't had a lot of clients that have left Central Financial Group, but it is something that if you don't keep clients happy there and growing their money in the right direction, you won't have any clients.
No, for sure. And I think, the industry's changing, and I think people as our clients are changing. And that was one thing to me. I wanted to have the ability and flexibility to have some say in the changes and offerings that, my clients' needs have. And I think that's a big part of what we're going to be able to do and, continue to do as we see the industry evolve, and habits of our clients and what they need.
Yeah. Caleb, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, viewers.
Tell people why you're here.
Yeah. If you remember me, I am the producer, host of the podcast for How to Money with Cole and Cole. I'm here with Spin Market, so it's good to be with you all today. I'm excited about this podcast, and I think it's going to be a good fit for us to continue to do this with you guys. I've already enjoyed doing it, so I'm glad to get to be a part of it, and I'm glad to hear about your story today. So,
thanks, Caleb, and we appreciate everything you're doing for us here, and we're ready to try to teach some people a little bit about money. But we think it's a great thing to give us a little background on why we are at Central Financial Group and why we decided both to leave other financial companies to come to Central Financial Group. So. A little bit about my history. I was at Principal Financial Group for 12 years, and I decided that I wanted to go a little bit smaller. Principal Financial Group, great company, but it's a large company, and wanted to be able to help people on a personal basis. So I went from Principal Financial Group, living in Waukee and working in downtown Des Moines, to being in Fort Dodge and working at Central Financial Group. I went from about 1,000 people in my office to about 10. So it was a little bit of a change, but as Cole Jaeschke has said, it gives you the ability to help your clients in a different way. So I think it's important to know why we're doing what we're doing. So
Yeah, definitely. And I think we both have kind of a similar, where we came from the larger business structure. Edward Jones is I think there are over 50,000 employees total, about 18,000 advisors the last I knew, 15,000 offices. So, from a scale wise, obviously national brand things there, but that also shows the fact that the smaller, nimbler team, we have the ability to do things and make changes as the industry changes with our flexibility and the team structure that we have. And I think that's it was a big piece in my decision making of going from, the more corporate based world where, the flexibility is not there. And, we as independent advisors have the ability to do, pick and choose what we do, who we work with. And I think that's an advantage, compared to maybe the situations we came from, and a better fit for, I think, both of our personalities and to serve our clients.
The flexibility and the small town feel of more personal.
Right.
Yep.
And
right.
so, that's one thing here at Spin Market Cheryl's very passionate about, we're very passionate about, is the small business, the small town Fort Dodge. And so to see other businesses, entrepreneurs, people like that are passionate about helping the small town and the personal touch, I think is huge.
That's literally my favorite people to work with, and I think Cole might say the same thing, is entrepreneurs, small business owners, because we're the same. We're small business owners. We own our own business. We have to go about things a little bit differently than working for a big company, and we appreciate the risk that you have to take to go out on your own and do what Cheryl did and what Cole's doing. You've got to take some risks to own your own business. And so those people we can relate to a lot. Not that we can't relate to the people that work at companies, but it's just something that we enjoy working with those people very much. So
like-minded, right? People want to be around people and have common goals and objectives, and I think that's one thing that's I don't want to say small. Small is all relative, right?
Right.
I grew up more close. We talked in the first episode, Moreland Calendar. That's small to me. Fort Dodge is bigger to me. So
right.
So don't.
Whereas I grew up in North Carolina, where it was like I lived right outside of Charlotte when I was a kid. It's like then I come here, I'm like, this is tiny, and really it's compared to where you came from. This is huge.
Right.
So
let's roll back the time a little bit to when me and Cole started talking about this. Do you remember when it was?
It's funny you say, I was just talking to my wife about it, and I don't know specifically, but I know it was it was in golf season. So we were golfing. So I know it had to be summer. So over a year, it would have been, a year ago or somewhere in that range. And I think it was something like that. Don't quote me on that.
I believe you were talking with another advisor in our office, Eddie Doyle, and you guys were on the same cart, and we were driving back, I believe, from Glen Oaks down in Des Moines. I think it was when we played down there.
Yep.
And he was on the same cart as you. And when we were driving back, he goes, "Hey, Cole was asking me a lot of questions about what we do at Central Financial Group." He's like, "You might want to call him." And I was like, "Let's just call him right now, see what's up." So we just started talking about it, and here we are. I think it had to have been. Was it last summer or was it summer before?
Might have been the summer before, actually.
Yeah, I think it's 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was what kind of sparked. And I'd had some interest, and I'm a naturally curious person of understanding. I like to understand how people, how their business works, and just learning, and that was one thing I was asking a lot of questions. I'm like, well, okay, well that's different than how I got to do things, and this, and that was part of my education and growth process, and obviously that conversation really sparked my interest, and Cole caught me at probably a time where I was already, I was interested. So good timing on his part, and I started exploring a whole nother avenue after that conversation, and obviously it's led me to this point in transitioning to Central Financial Group.
So you were golf partners. How'd y'all meet, and how long ago did you meet? Because I can tell you guys have been friends for a long time. Or at least a decent amount of time.
I don't know for sure, but it would have been on the golf course, I think, for sure. When Cole moved back, maybe, and we both are members out at Fort Dodge Country Club. And somewhere along the line.
Well, I used to come back and play when I lived down in Des Moines. I'd come back and play the Lakeside and the Humble Dam.
Yeah, Humble. I met you at the Humble.
And that's right. We played in the championship round together one
Yep.
time. Yep. And I was like, who is this Jamoke? He thinks he can hit it a mile.
No. And he's like, no, this is good looking dude.
But he spells his name wrong. So.
How long ago was this?
That was probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, somewhere in that range.
So we really, when I moved back to Fort Dodge in 2017, and Cole was living here at that time.
Yep, I was.
We started playing out at the Fort Dodge Country Club together and got in the same group, and his brother Cody and Eddie are friends of ours, and we kind of, we've had some battles on the golf course. People that play competitive golf know what that's all like. So, and now we just, it's not just golf. We talk about finance. We talk about our families. We've both got kids, and so everything is kind of relatable between me and Cole, and other than he's better looking.
Competitive, right? That's another relatable thing. So
so competition turned into friendship, turned into now coworkers.
Yep.
Right.
So Cole P, obviously you've been around a little bit longer around Central Financial than Cole has.
I'm an old man.
Cole Jaeschke has. So tell me a little bit about the history of Central Financial.
Well, Central Financial Group's been in the Fort Dodge area since the 1950s in some capacity. So there was Central Life, which basically just sold life insurance, and then it evolved into Central Financial Services, I believe, and then it became Central Financial Group in 1982. And we have offices in Algona and Johnston, and then those are our main offices: Fort Dodge, Johnston, Algona, and then we have some satellite offices kind of all over the state, but mainly those three offices. And we've been in the Fort Dodge area for a long time. We have a long history, and we still have some of the guys that were there almost from the beginning in our office, and some of those guys have started to retire too. So that's part of my reason of moving back in 2017 was these guys were trying to find a way to retire, and you need somebody to help you take over your clients, and that was me. So
you came back to fill a void.
A little bit, yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah. I was their last choice, but I guess I made it.
And that's our industry, is ever evolving, but I think there's a lot of opportunity here, with just the age of advisors, and there's going to be a lot of transition of things going on around here, and I think that's where our team's gonna really be able to thrive and continue to serve this community.
Yeah. So we keep talking about our team. So let me tell you a little bit about that. I started in 2017, solo, by myself, no assistant, just did everything myself. And, got to 2 years later, and I was like, it'd be a lot easier if I had someone that could help me with some of this stuff. And a lot of the guys in the office had their assistants. So I started looking around, and I ended up landing Bailey Ashbrooks, who's a rock star. But she started with me, not knowing if she really wanted to work with me, so she only started 20 hours a week. But now she's full time, and so she was the start of the evolution of me recruiting people to Central Financial Group. After that, Eddie Doyle moved back from Florida. He went down there to work with Bankers Life for a little bit, and then he came back to be an advisor there at Central Financial Group, and he's done really well. He's a go-getter, and he's someone that will thrive at Central Financial Group for sure. And then I also, Kirsten Mason came on with me about 2 years ago. And she's our administrative assistant, helps out with a lot of different things. And then we also have Emily Q, who came on just recently. So we're starting to accumulate an office of people that are Fort Dodge people, first of all, and that are going to work there hopefully for a long time. That's what we're trying to build a team. And Cole being a huge part of that, obviously we want to bring on more advisors. So when we have clients that need help, that we have multiple places to point them. So that's why I thought Cole's going to bring a lot of clients that he already had over from Edward Jones. But as far as him, being able to service our clients and people that maybe need our help, he's going to be a great resource for that.
So how many people work at Central Financial total? Okay, the Fort Dodge location. We'll start there.
That's a great question. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9.
That range. I will give a little plug for the team too. You know, my transition here, and that was a big part. Just I could feel the vibe and energy in the office, and you can feel that when you walk in there. So it's pretty cool to be a part of and just see. And they've all been super helpful in the transition and everything they've already done. So I can tell, props to Cole and the Central Financial Group team of the people that they're adding to the team there. It's been cool to see, and that's just in a short period of time. So I'm excited to see the evolution continue.
He doesn't realize that we do a dance party at Tuesday mornings at 9:00. He hasn't been a part of that yet. He's going to experience that soon.
So you've kind of a little bit, you've touched on some of the things that you've really like seen in the Central Financial Group that was a big draw for you. What was like what made Central Financial Group so appealing?
You know, I kind of said it. I mean, honestly, a lot of it's the energy. Cole did a really good job of, I'll be honest with you, he was kind of my main point of contact getting started, and he did a great job, expressing how they can do business and the independent side of our business. And I'm not going to get into the weeds of the different types. There's a lot of different ways to do business as an advisor, whether you're an employee, an independent, owner, or however it might be. And he just opened up a new avenue, and the team obviously was a big part of the attraction that maybe I didn't think about some of the other details maybe I would have thought about, just because I was like, hey, I can see that energy, and I needed, a few things I knew I wanted to have access to and be able to do, and they were able to offer that. So I was like, well, that's and I'm not an overly complex guy, and and I could feel the atmosphere and the team culture they had there, and that was important to me to see, and the energy, that's I know I've said that multiple times, but you can just tell it's pretty cool to go in there, and you can feel there's energy and people moving around, and people are happy to be there.
Yeah.
That's important, I think, for an environment.
And I would think also, with it being a smaller, there's probably a pretty big camaraderie. I mean, you guys play golf together.
Yeah.
So there's obviously,
it's like the running joke, I'm sure, about Cole and Eddie, they're golfing.
They never work.
Yeah, they never work. They golf all the
We
time.
hear that
So
a lot.
that'll be the running. Just add to that now that I'm there too.
Right,
so
right.
we'll get that in the office quite often.
We try to get our work in before 2:00 in the afternoon on Wednesdays. Just FYI.
Yep.
So if you need to talk to Cole, don't call Wednesday after 2.
Yep.
Because he'll be on the
Only
golf
when
course.
when the weather's nice. So, yeah.
Which is getting close.
Right.
Getting close to
Closer.
golf
Yeah,
season.
definitely closer. Oh.
Yeah.
Last week
Can't
you
wait.
could have golfed.
Yep.
Yeah, did.
There was some golf going on. I didn't partake, but there was some, and then it turned around on a dime on us. So
I know.
That's Iowa for you, but
And we're getting closer, I
love
think, though. So, as a whole, what does CFG offer to a regular client?
so we have lots of different things that we offer. Not only just your normal retirement planning and financial planning and investing and everything like that, but we try to do a conclusive plan with you, and that involves Medicare, Social Security, taxes. So we have some seminars that we do also, throughout the year, and they're open to the public, but a lot of people that come are our clients, and they try to learn a little bit more about those nuances, because I mean, you save all this time. Well, you don't actually save, but you put all this money into Social Security, and it's the biggest retirement gamble I think out there. It's like, and I tell people this all the time, you tell me the day you're going to die, I'll tell you when to take Social Security.
Yep.
Other than that, it's all a guess.
Right.
But I can educate you on what your options are and what you should do for Medicare and so on and so forth. So it's we try to offer a lot of things to our clients and to the public here in Fort Dodge, and we try to make sure that they are educated in their decisions and what they can and cannot do.
Well, we're going to take a minute and hear a word from Spin Market, the production team of the Cole and Cole Show.
This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital.
Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market.
Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarket.com or call us at 515 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarket.com.
That's digital agent at spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026, or visit our website www.spinmarket.com. Okay, now that we've heard a word from our production team, I have a thing. We said in the intro, we're going to talk about sports.
Oh,
you know what we haven't done this episode? We have not talked about sports.
I know. We keep talking about Cole Jaeschke like he's important or something like that. But,
Today is, as we're recording this for our viewers, March 25th, 2020. Tonight, 2022, excuse me. Oh, please don't take us back to March 25th, 2020.
Yeah, don't do that to us, man.
We don't want to do that. So tonight is the second half of the Sweet 16 is what this is. So we decided that what we're going to do is, for our little sports talk today, we are going to make our picks for tonight's games and our championship picks. So Cole has the games written down. Right. So let's go game by game.
All right. So I don't even know why I'm asking, Caleb. North Carolina and UCLA play tonight.
Tar Heels all the way.
Oh, yeah. I knew that. How about you?
I'm going to go UCLA.
Yeah. I think UCLA is pretty hot, but I got to stick with my Tar Heels.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh,
let's go.
Great.
Let's go.
Going all the way to Final Four.
2-1 there.
If Duke and North Carolina both make it to the Final Four, they play each other in the Final Four.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. All right, so we're going to the next game is Miami of Florida versus Iowa State. I'll start with Cole Jaeschke this time.
I'm going to take the Cyclones. They got something going here. I'm going to take the underdogs. That's the only underdog I'm taking.
Yeah, this one's hard for me. I want to take ISU as an Iowa person, but I feel like the veteran presence of Miami, they have a lot of older guys on their lineup.
Right.
And they've been there before.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Miami, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Our picks are lining up. I don't think Iowa State can score enough to stay with Miami.
No, I don't think so either.
It was a perfect matchup for them against Wisconsin.
Yeah, for sure.
I texted one of my buddy. I said the under in this game is a lock of the century. It was 126. I was like, there is no way Iowa State and Wisconsin can score 100 points, let alone 126. They scored 95.
You know what happens if Miami and North Carolina wins? So all year, the ACC was the underperforming Power 5 conference.
Right.
They're going to have, if Miami and UNC wins, they have 3 of the Elite 8.
That's awesome.
That's
with
crazy.
Duke, yeah. Okay, we'll move on to the next game. Providence versus Kansas. I feel like this one, the spread's pretty high on this one. I think pretty easy decision, but go ahead, Caleb.
I'm gonna go Kansas. I want to go Providence, but I'm going to go Kansas.
KU.
Yeah, I got to take KU too. And then we have the darlings of the Sweet 16, St. Peter's. Peacocks.
The
Peacocks versus Purdue. What do you think there, Cole?
Purdue.
Yeah.
I think the run ends.
Yeah. I think the glorious run of the 15 seed comes to an end.
You know what?
But you know what? I'm going to be rooting for the Peacocks so hard.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I don't think they can keep up with the 7'5" guy they have on Purdue. Is he 7'5" or something?
He looks.
That is ridiculous.
Even for a basketball turn, watching a game, he looks out of place. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
They said something the other night. I think it was he was 6'10" when he was like a freshman in high school.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
You know what I was when I was a freshman in high school? I was like 4'11". Never mind 6'10".
So you grew 2 inches since then.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, actually, funny. My junior year, going into my junior year of high school, I was the shortest person in my graduating class. When I graduated, I was the tallest.
Oh, that's funny.
I went to a private school, so there was only 7 in my graduating class, but I still went from shortest to tallest in a year and a half.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Cole played quarterback at Upper Iowa, and he actually had a tryout with the Carolina Panthers. Yep. And you had an interesting story the other day you were telling me about when you actually went to the combine, right? Do I have this right? You went to the combine.
It was a format. It wasn't the main combine, but it was ran by the NFL, kind of the second level, like a level under the main combine, but it was ran by the NFL organization.
Yeah, and you weren't really highly recruited out of high school, and it was because you grew and developed more in college, right? I mean, you went from how tall are you? 6'3", 6'4"?
I'm 6'2", and I was a kind of a basically 6'2", and uncoordinated going to college, and then it took about a year year into college. I was about 19. Then I kind of hit my maturity from an athleticism standpoint. So it was just kind of a crazy thing, the time. And speaking of, we were talking about St. Petersburg, the Peacocks. I'm a Peacock alum, the Upper Iowa Peacocks. So,
Okay.
So
Wow.
shout out to my other, Peacock alumni there.
So we know Cole Jaeschke must cheer for the Peacocks.
Oh yeah. I'm
Well,
cheering for them, but my brain tells me they're not going to win.
Yeah,
Right,
no. So
right.
so then last night, Duke, the two number 1 seeds got knocked off. So that leaves Villanova, Duke, Arkansas, and Houston, along
Correct.
with our picks from tonight. So who of those 8 that you have has the best chance at winning the national championship? I know in my brackets I have nobody left. So
right. I have one bracket where I have Kansas against Purdue, and I picked Purdue to go that far because they were highly touted at the start of the year, and I think they're a really good team. I think they underperformed a lot, like North Carolina, Michigan, some other teams that made it far in the tournament. So I'm not going to pick Purdue to win it all, but I think it's going to be Purdue, Kansas, and I'm going to take the
Jayhawks.
I'm going Duke. I don't have a lot of good rationale wise. I looked at all the teams and I'm like, because it's such a coin flip. That's
It
why
really is.
that's why no one's brackets ever look. It's so crazy. You look at the statistics on the brackets and people how they do, and it's like who would ever guess 15 seed where they're at now. But I'm going Duke.
I had Gonzaga and Arizona.
Well,
They're
you
both
really
gone.
went on a limb there,
Yeah.
Caleb.
No, I know,
tough
I
picks.
know,
Tough
but I'm
picks.
saying those were like my if I were to pick a favorite going into it, those were.
Yeah.
Now they're gone. It pains me to do this, but I say Duke. I think
Yeah.
why not? Coach K going out on the high.
Right, and that would be cool to see because he's not only just a great coach, he's a great person from everything that I hear, and I wouldn't mind seeing him win it. But
Now the last question of the day. I'm not answering this. Who wins the Masters?
that's the hardest thing to pick, I think, is winners of golf tournaments.
It's
That's
so crazy.
That's why I do not gamble on golf
Yep.
because anybody can win the Masters. I mean, not I guess it's anybody, but there's 50 guys that could win the Masters.
I have a buddy who's every week trying to pick he does a little online gambling, and that's always a topic of conversation of who he picked. But I haven't asked him what his Masters pick was, and he seems to do pretty well. He does different things, but I really think I'm going with a named guy everyone knows, and I don't know why I used to not be a fan of Rory, but I'm going to pick Rory McIlroy.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be my horse for the 2022 Masters. I think he's got a little momentum, and I think that's my pick.
All right. I'm not going to go out on a big limb here. He's never won a major, I don't think. But John Rahm is going to be my pick. He's been so close so many times, and he wins other tournaments that I think he finally gets off the schneid and takes down Augusta.
So we will see in 2 weeks of this episode coming
Who do
out.
I
Because our next
want?
episode.
Who do I want to win?
Okay, yeah.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah, me too.
The year that he won was literally one of the greatest moments of my life. Not as great as my kids being born or anything like that, but my family was in the living room watching that,
was a
and
cool
my
thing.
kids, my boys were just going because
I actually got chills. Like it was.
I mean, literally,
yeah.
you grew up watching Tiger Woods
Yeah.
and watching him win that 2016 Masters. I think it was 2016. Then the Cubs won the World Series. That was a great year.
Yeah. I didn't watch either one of those.
We know
Sorry.
you're not a golf guy, so it's okay.
Or baseball.
You might
Too
though.
slow
You
for
might
me.
start paying attention to golf now.
Yeah,
we're doing the
there you go.
podcast. And
So you can be
I
probably won't watch any golf, but I'll check in on the scores. Like if
Okay.
I know we have a
Okay.
recording
All right.
session coming up, I'll see what's going on.
Okay.
All right,
So-
there you go. There you
But
go.
we'll see in 2 weeks who is actually right, and then we can decide if Cole should stick to financial planning or if they should go into sports betting.
Probably financial planning.
Yep.
We're better at that.
Yep,
Yeah,
I would guess so.
So our last question of the day is for Cole J. We're talking a little bit more about your transition and what you're going to bring to the Central Financial team. So what is your history? Like, what was your work history as an advisor? What'd you do for work? And then what would you say is some experience and things that you bring to the team that are going to help the Central Financial Group and why it's going to help your clients?
Yep. No, I think I'll just kind of start from the beginning. Really, this has been my only career. I've only been a financial advisor since I got out of school. I tried to play football for a little while, obviously unsuccessfully, but that was first attempt there. And then I immediately knew my last year in school, I started taking some finance. I took an extra. I basically got a minor, and I was taking some finance classes, and that kind of sparked my interest being an advisor. So then At that point, when football, I realized I'm like, oh, the writing's on the wall here. I need to go a different direction.
Get a real job.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, this unfortunately is not going to work, even though I'm trying. But so I knew I wanted to get, I was kind of debating on coaching, and I knew that just wasn't what I wanted to do. After I've been around sports all my life, I was ready to transition something differently, and I started looking for financial advisor opportunities right away. And I actually initially was going to go through a training program with Edward Jones. And anyways, I decided not to do that. And I took a job with Principal Financial Group in their advisor, a little bit different than what Cole's experience is, but it was in their advisor wing. And I spent about 2 years doing that. And then I went to Edward Jones after that, and spent about 5 years at Edward Jones. And then I'm at this point now where now I'm transitioning or I've transitioned to Central Financial Group. And it's, I've gained a lot of experience, I guess, in my 7 years, but I'm constantly learning, and I think one thing that, if I was to bring some value to some of my clients is I have a family full of entrepreneurs, and I think I've learned a lot of everyday real things and business, how business structure works, so I get in a lot of deep conversations with clients that's maybe not, your traditional financial topics, but then it molds over into those, the financial planning, the different things. So very relatable to clients. And I think that's been one thing that's helped me be successful and, at this point in my career.
Yeah, you can see that Cole's not just one of those guys that gets out his list of questions and he asks you, okay, how much money do you have in your checking account? How much money? He's gonna develop a plan around what you need from him, and that's what I think is great about Cole and Central Financial Group as a whole. Is we're not just gonna run through a list of questions and do the same thing for every person. That's not what we do.
Yep.
Every person's retirement plan, every person's investments are special to them, and we want to make them special. So we're not going to do the same thing for every person, and we're going to cater them to what their needs are. So, one thing that I noticed about Cole from the start, and what excited me about bringing you over was your energy. It's something that you cannot be around Cole and not be like excited. He's ready to go.
I had a coach, one of my favorite coaches, but he's probably not the first coach I ever said, but enthusiasm's contagious, right? And that's like energy's contagious, and that's where you can feel. And that's what I think a part of our team. You can feel the energy and the enthusiasm to serve our clients. I mean, and that's important. And clients feel that. So that's why I think when people that maybe aren't clients and give us an opportunity to meet and see our team and meet our team, I think people will have a different opinion once they walk through the door than maybe the perception sometimes of a financial advisor or some firms out there. Yeah,
we're both from the Fort Dodge area, and Cole's from more the calendar, but the Fort Dodge area, we're both passionate about Fort Dodge. So we both want to be here. There's some people that are in places where they don't want to be, but I'm right where I want to be, and
Yep.
I'm at the job that I want to be in. I'm with the team that we've put together over the last 5 years, and I just can't wait for the future. The future's going to be great, and we're looking forward to Cole and all his success he's going to have with us, and how we can just build this thing to be great.
Yeah, that's exciting, and I love the fact that I can feel the passion coming off of you guys. Both of you you can tell you're very passionate about your job, and you want to help people. And when we do our spin podcast, little plug for Spin Market here.
Yeah, there you go.
When we do our spin podcast, that's one thing we always talk about is us helping you is you helping us. Like when we help a client improve their business, well, our business is it grows because of that. Because
other people are going to see that.
Yeah, and so it helps us become better when we help you become better. And I can sense that with you guys is like you're more than just check the box, just get through the day. I just get my check. It's I want to help somebody improve their life because one, it brings me joy to see, but also it helps me as a person.
Yeah.
So I think the passion and the energy you guys bring, I can already tell. I mean, I've been talking to you guys for a little over 3 hours today, and I can tell that, and this is the first time I met you. So I think that's a super cool thing to see the passion for people, the passion for Fort Dodge to help people. And it's not just, I just get up and I go help people with money, and then I go home and I go play golf.
One thing I tell people in our first meeting is like, I don't, people try, sometimes we'll try to get you to make a decision in the first hour that especially when I've never met someone before. And I be like, I just met you guys. I'm not going to move money or sell you a life insurance, but I want to get to know you, because we want to have clients for 20, 30 years. We don't want clients for an hour.
Right.
That's not our goal. Our goal is to have a client for the rest of their career and into retirement. And, we want to have their family too. So
I think it's a good one thing I didn't really think of going into the business is a lot of our clients, they turn out to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's when when I think when you have a friend that refers a family member or something, that's when you're doing a good job, when they're willing to risk a relationship to refer you business or do things. And that's what happens. I think we have deep conversations with people and intimate conversations that we learn about their goals and what's important, what drives them and motivates them. And, a lot of times they turn into, more than just a client advisor relationship, and it's deeper than that. And I think that's what can separate, what we do at times.
Absolutely.
Well, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this episode, I think. I really have enjoyed doing this with you all. Thank you all to all of our listeners out there for listening. Thanks, so once again, where can they find you all on social media?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. At Facebook, I'm at Cole CFG, and Cole, Kole CFG. And you can also find us on our website, centralfinancialgroup.com. We also have, we're out there. You can find us if you just search Cole Peterson or Cole Jaeschke.
Yep.
You can find us.
You can find me. I'm on LinkedIn as well, and on Facebook. Facebook, it's at Cole CFG.
With a C.
Cole with a C.
Cole.
Yep.
I'm going to side with them on this one. The proper way to spell Cole.
Yeah,
just
right.
like the proper way to spell Caleb with a C.
That's a great way to end it.
All right.
I
get it.
Thank you all for listening. We'll see you next time, hopefully in a couple weeks. Thank you all for watching.
All right. See ya.
You've been listening to How to Money with Cole and Cole, the podcast of Essential Financial Group, courtesy of Spin Market. Learn more about the Central Financial Group on their website, www.centralfinancialgroup.com.
For now, I'm Cole.
And I'm Cole.
And we'll see you on the greens.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Royal Alliance Associations Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Royal Alliance Associations Incorporated is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Royal Alliance Associations Incorporated. Material discussed is meant for general informational purposes only, and it is not to be construed as tax, legal, or investment advice. Please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon when coordinated with individual professional advice. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Diversification does not insure against loss. Any guarantees discussed refer only to fixed insurance products and are backed by the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.